Hello viewers, welcome back to Daily Retro. I'm going to give you guys an updated games room tour today because we've not really talked about games room in a little while. There's been a lot of updates since we moved into the house back in March. My wife is actually due to give birth today to our baby boy, but we're not quite there yet. So as we're both free, we thought it was the perfect time to film before our hands are probably full for a little while. So without further ado, we'll crack on. Entry to the games room is still very much the same. And we'll try and pan round, so we'll go from sort of left to right. The desk in this corner, as you can see, has been rotated. You may or may not have noticed that if you've watched the old video. What this has meant is there's a bit more space for a bigger chair. I did actually notice when I was doing some live streams, Swap Shop and the TMB podcast, that I had a really squeaky chair, so I decided to upgrade it after Swap Shop in time for the TMB, and got a GT Omega Pro seat, just a lot less squeaky and much more robust, more comfortable. Wife really likes it as well for her working from home. Still got the arcade very much in pride of place on this wall. I'm thinking of actually replacing this table because, as you can see, it wobbles a lot, and that's not ideal when you're playing sort of button bashing games, especially with two people. So that's going to change in the near future, but I've not quite decided what to do with it yet. Because having that space underneath was actually quite useful when the PC was over here, when the desk was rotated previously. Obviously it doesn't have that purpose anymore. And then because the desk has also been rotated, I've got more room for a proper microphone for my video editing and live streams. We're trying to do more live streams, so I thought it was time to invest in a proper microphone. As you can see, this one swivels down and has got really good quality, so I thought it was time to get a really good one. And then we'll pan over to the other side of the room. So as you may or may not have seen recently, I've done a updated SimRig tour video. It actually got a lot of views so far, which I'm really happy about. I think it's mainly because people are sort of investigating if Fanatec hardware is still going to work with the PS5, which obviously has been hard to get for some people. And yeah, I'm really impressed by my experience with the PS5 and sim racing so far. But if you want more info on that, just go and check out that video. I'll put it in the description for you guys if you want to check that out. But as we're Daily Retro, we're trying to stick to retro. So I've put a lot of new posters, as you can probably see. We've got a GameCube Mario Kart Double Dash poster. We've added an N64 Super Mario 64 poster. I think this one was from Birmingham Gaming Market, and that one was from Retro Games HQ in Swindon. Pete wasn't actually selling it, but the wife managed to wangle it, which is really cool. We've added a Dragon Age Inquisition pre-order poster, which was just from eBay for about £15, but it was one of my favourite RPGs ever made, so I really wanted some sort of RPG poster up on the wall. And then as you pan up to the first shelf, what a lot of people haven't noticed is these shelves are actually two floating shelves joined together. These are from IKEA. I think they're 1.8, maybe 2.2 meters each. And then yeah, I've got most of my cartridge gaming games here. These are almost full now. These are 5-tier nail polish stands, which are really inexpensive ways to display N64. We've got five tiers, and you can fit 2 on each, so there's a fair amount of games there now. May actually have to move this sort of Lego Rally little section so I can have more cartridge-based games, because I'm thinking of expanding my Mega Drive collection even further soon. We have added a lot of titles. If you saw my first few videos, you'll know there's a lot more there now. Moving up top, we've got lots of different plushies. We've got a Sonic and Tails that we got from Super Games Shack, and that's in Leicester, along with some new pots. We got a Zombies Ate My Neighbours brewing can there from Siren, and the Donkey Kong, Bowser and Koopa plush. I think that was all from Retro Games HQ in Swindon. And I have actually added a bit more to the Yoshi sort of corner. Got a blue Yoshi there, which is like a wind-up one, I think, and also a Mario Kart Hot Wheels one, which I thought was absolutely epic. You can still buy those in the shops at the moment, so I'd highly recommend getting those before they're hard to find, sort of thing. We've still got the arcade cocktail table here, which I mentioned on my Desert Island games that I actually made, and I had this acrylic custom cut for it. But it does really only serve the purpose at the moment of sort of hiding wires for the stereo down here, which is a Technics stereo. So the sound from the curved monitor on the sim gaming rig goes into that, and a nice sort of rumble, and really impressed by the quality of it. And I think having good sound does really add to a good gameplay experience, so I think I might sort of come up with a solution in future where I can use it as my sort of my TV sound at the same time as well, because PlayStation 5 I have noticed that the sound is obviously a lot better than any other console I've ever played before. Something you don't really notice until you've got it. But yeah, really like having good sound in the games room. And then moving on to the Kallax, which is obviously the focus point of the sort of retro side of the games room. The Switch is not there at the moment because the Switch is waiting to go in our hospital bag. But we usually play it downstairs anyway. But not really changed much in the Kallax units, other than a few little tweaks, adding some sort of HDMI switches. Still all works the same, so everything is seamless to either the casual gaming TV or the sim rig at a touch of a button, which you may or might not have seen in a previous video recently. Starting at the top then, so we've got a lot of boxes up there at the moment. I'm not really sure whether or not to keep this PS5 box up there because it kind of does dominate everything. Such a big console, such a big box. But the potential is there to swap that out for something more retro related, because I would like to keep the focus on these older boxes, like especially the Mega Drive box and the PlayStation 2 box. I have obviously added a lot of hardware as well as games to my collection this year. So we've got newer Game Boy Color consoles added to my collection. This is my favourite one that I've added this year because this is my first Game Boy Color that I ever played, or first handheld I ever played even. That has Pokemon Silver in, which is one of the first games I ever played. And recently added a version 1 Game Boy Pocket to the collection as well. So it's version 1 because it's got the sticker light sticker instead of a light even. And we've just got nice little additions like the Sonic Pixel Pals, which I got from Super Games Shack in Leicester, which I think lights up really nicely and does go really well when I've just got the IKEA LEDs on. As I touch of a switch, you can see the sort of glow effect that gives. I have got a video on how to set all of that up, but I'm not going to bore you with it now. And the only sort of gaming hardware that I've added, other than stuff I've already mentioned console-wise, is obviously the PlayStation 5. So not many people have got PlayStation 5s. I do feel lucky to have it sometimes, but it really is an impressive console, and I can't recommend it enough if you can get one for recommended retail. The only thing I really need to do is add a 4K television to this room, So I think this is just a 45-inch LG sort of old monitor, or TV even. And I think this Calyx unit on the bottom here does have enough space to sort of accommodate probably up to 60-inch. So if I could have a 60-inch 4K TV down there with a PS5 connected, I think that would absolutely look beautiful. But it's nice to have little goals for your games room, and that's something that can easily be achieved very soon. But overall, that's pretty much the main changes to the games room. We've changed quite a bit this year, but I'm really looking forward to expanding on it as the years go on. I haven't really sort of added to it significantly in the last 3 months, so that's kind of a good sign that everything has its place. Obviously, the more and more games I buy, the more and more I'm going to have to think about upgrading my shelving, storage units and things like that. But I'm not too worried about that, because I sort of accumulate games quite slowly. I tend to not buy bundles, I tend to buy one game, maybe 2 at a time sort of thing. But really impressed with how this room has come out this year, and I'll pop some nighttime images in this video as well, so you guys can see what it looks like at night. Very much a sort of retro arcade feel to it, which I really love, and helps me and the wife relax after a hard day at work. But if you've enjoyed this room tour, guys, drop a comment and a like down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, that's all for now. Cheers.